Hello, everybody. Anybody here? Anybody here? What's up? How you guys doing tonight? What is today? Today is Tuesday, right? So we got a kind of interesting live tonight. I'm gonna do the ripped. Oh shoot! What just happened? Hold on a second. I'm not gonna get on video today. It's just one of them days, but I'm gonna be playing a lot of videos. So hey, Cindy. What's up? How are you? How are you doing today? Okay, so yeah, we're gonna be talking about just like multiple cases, just a little bit of this, a little bit here. Hey, Thrive Life. Good morning. What time is it where you're at, Cindy? Hi, Alan. Australia. Man, I want to visit Australia someday. Hey, Alan. Tennessee in the house. Thanks for coming, guys. Ohio Italian lady, what's up? Gaily Gale. Kathy M. It's so nice to see y'all. So we got some interesting ones. I was gonna do okay, so Saturday. Oh wait, was it Sunday? No, it was Friday. Because my brother was coming to celebrate Gia's birthday. She had her birthday party Saturday. And so he was telling me about that 71 was closed on his way here because there was a shooting. Some guy, and that's gonna be one of the cases we're gonna look at today. I was debating whether to do it as a separate video or do it in this rip from the headline. So I decided because it's not going to be, I mean, it wouldn't take that long to just go through some of the videos of the shooter. So we're going to do multiple cases here. But yeah, so there was a shooting. Some guy, I have videos we're going to play, but some guy was just basically on the highway shooting at cars. And then by the time they got it on film, it was when he was running from the cops and he was shooting the cops. So I have those videos. I still haven't been able to find, I don't think anybody died. He didn't die. He got shot, I think, and didn't die. He's fine. But from what I see, I don't think he killed anybody, but it's just interesting and crazy to see this guy on 71, like right here. Like that could have been my brother coming here, because that's why he was headed on the same road and it was closed. So that's what kind of why I know about it. Hey, Dark Sea. Hey, Crocheting. No, Ohio's not really too bad. I mean, normally, but I mean, I remember this happening one time when I was in Colorado. There was a shooter and he actually killed people. He was shooting people on the highway. Just shoot people on the highway. It's like, what the heck? I'm trying to think what year that was. If any of you guys from Colorado maybe remember that. It was probably like 2000, I'm guessing, estimation maybe 12 or between. Yeah, I would guess like 12, somewhere around 2012 in Colorado. Does anybody remember that? Like on the highway, him shooting at cars. Oh, crocheting! Did you see when Zeke made his appearance on that? Yeah, you guys, I uploaded that a ping video. I'm so excited because I'm able to like utilize my green screen for recorded videos. So I'm gonna start doing a lot like that where it's like behind me. So after this live, if anybody hasn't seen it yet, go check it out. I did the ping video where I feel like it's more comprehensive than the live I did, and it's just a little bit more organized, I would say, because I was able to edit it and it's got like the green screen where like I was able to use like what I was looking at. I don't know. I like it. It's cool. Check it out after. Okay, so let's watch. Hi, Kibby. Hey, Two Dog Night. Hey, Brianna. You do remember that, Kathy, in Colorado? Oh, you're talking to Crochet. Never mind. You're saying DC. Okay, never mind. Oh, wow, okay. Cleveland's kind of, bad, but it's just I don't know if it's necessarily bad compared to other cities. Okay, so let me show you the video we have of from the Columbus shooting. This was just Friday, like Friday morning. Well, let me get the videos. Did everybody have a good weekend though? All right, where am I? Downloads. Okay, Columbus shooting. We'll play a couple videos here. There's one. I'm not gonna. Okay, first I'm gonna play a couple of the news ones, but there is one where it's somebody just driving past, catch it. Can you imagine, like, you're driving and you are driving past this? Oh my god, I can't even imagine. All right, so I have a few videos to play on this. All right, this is the first one. Sh00ter, yes, he's actually laying in bed behind me. He's been spending a lot of time in that ping. Oh, thanks, Tennessee. Hi, Crime and Justice. All right. Here is the first video. So this is the shooting on the highway.
9:57 a.m. we received our first call involving a male that was on the freeway, physically standing on the freeway with a gun firing off shots at cars that were initially traveling I-71 northbound. We received several calls about this male, not only Columbus Police, but Delaware County as well were receiving the calls, just based on the fact how far north we are when people were calling 911 as far as the dispatch centers. So we continued to receive the calls, and officers obviously were responding in lights and sirens, getting to the scene as quickly as possible to assess the situation. Officers arrived on the scene and the suspect was still outside of the vehicle on the side of the freeway. Let me actually back up for a second. What's important to note, there was also reportedly a female with the male, so we're unsure at this time if it was some type of domestic incident that facilitated them being outside of the car. We're not exactly sure why the suspect possessed a firearm, but we can confirm that the suspect did in fact have a firearm and was firing off shots at cars that were passing through I-71 northbound. When officers arrived, the suspect still had possession of the firearm. At some point during the interaction, we confirmed that the officers exchanged shots with the suspect. Unclear how many shots were fired between the suspect or the officers, but we do know there was an exchange of gunfire between the responding officers and the suspect at scene. Thankfully, none of the officers were seriously injured in this incident. One officer was transported to the hospital as a precautionary measure out of the incident. Currently, the suspect is in critical condition at an area hospital. We're still awaiting an update on his condition. But like I said before, none of the passengers or the passerbys that their vehicles were struck by gunfire were injured in the incident, but there is significant damage to multiple cars that were passing through prior to the officers' arrival. So again, BCI is on scene and investigating this. We will not be investigating the shooting. It is an ongoing and fluid investigation, so I will try to answer as much as I can, but just understanding that BCI is in charge of the investigation, so information is limited.
What's the condition of the female?
The female was not hurt, no transport. Thankfully, no injuries to her that we're aware of at this time.
Any idea how many cars were struck, the cars passing by?
So from what I could tell at the scene, as close as I could get to the scene, there were at least 3 cars that I could see that were damaged. There may have been more, but I know there were at least 3 cars that were damaged by gunfire.
Are they still at the scene?
Yes.
Do we know the identity of the male who was shooting?
We're still working through that. We can just confirm that he appears to be a male adult. But we're not sure of his exact identification at this time, but we're working through that.
Was he using a handgun or was he using a different type of weapon?
From all indications at scene, it appears to be a handgun, but we're still working to confirm what caliber and how many shots were fired.
Okay, so now I'm going to play the one where somebody passing by took a video of it after the cops had come.
Oh my.
New video into our newsroom that shows why a major highway has been closed for hours today. An exchange of gunfire between a man and police on the city's north side.
That shooting happened this morning along Interstate 71, and it shows just how dangerous it was for the drivers and for the officers. New video into our newsroom. The Ohio Department of Transportation sharing video of the gunfire exchanged between a man and police. Just after 10 this morning on I-71 near Polaris, you could see a man and woman walking outside their car. Video shows the moment police arrive. The man begins to walk away as several armed officers follow behind. The man begins to run, then turns and appears to fire at police before turning and running again. The chase continues for several seconds, the man turning around and eventually slowing to a walk and then stopping near the berm. We pause the video here seconds before he was shot by a Columbus police officer. Video later shows police over the man moments before he was taken to the hospital. I can see.
NBC4's Dan Perlman has been getting updates from investigators most of the day. Dan, why was this man on the side of the road to begin with? Do we know at this point?
Well, you know, Brad, that is exactly what investigators hope to learn through their investigation. But I do want to show you something just within the last few moments. While Colleen was showing us that video, I-71 northbound on the other side of that barrier just reopened as traffic is now heading north past Gemini Place here on the interstate. Now, police do say it was a little before 10 o'clock this morning. They started getting calls about a man standing on the freeway firing at cars. Officers responded. They say the suspect was still outside of his vehicle with a gun, and at some point during that interaction, shots were exchanged. At first, we were told the suspect was taken to the hospital in critical condition. At last check, he was stable. One officer, again, taken to the hospital for precautionary reasons. Police say there were vehicles hit by gunfire before the officers were on scene.
None of the passengers or the passerbys that their vehicles were struck by gunfire were injured in the incident.
Okay, so we already heard him talk, but pretty crazy, huh? I wonder what, okay, it looked like he was fighting with probably his girlfriend, right? It's like, what? Wonder what, like, why he started shooting at cars, because, I mean, I just wonder if it was a plan or he just got in a fight with his girlfriend, he got mad, and it looked like, didn't it look like the car wrecked, right? Because they showed that at the beginning, and then he just got mad and started shooting at people, or was it like planned? You know, that's what I wonder. I found a couple articles. He's a 21-year-old guy, but they haven't really said much, and I haven't been able to find a picture of him either. So, hey, sweet Caroline. Diana. So the next few cases we're going to look at, actually, Diana, she's been finding, Diana Wright, shout out. She's been finding a lot of like just really crazy cases. I think I'm going to go with next we'll go with the wife that just, this is so horrible. I can't. She freaking locked her husband up in a suitcase. Like, she zipped him up in the suitcase and left him there all overnight, and he ended up dying. So we're gonna watch that. So, um, man, it's just crazy because Diana found the video where she's taping him in the suitcase. She's taping him, and he's like, "Let me out, let me out," and she's just like videoing him. So we have that. The interrogation I'm not gonna play tonight, but maybe I'll upload it or do it in a separate live because I don't quite have that ready. But where they interrogated her, or interviewed or whatever, the wife, but. I do have a couple videos, so let's move on to that. All right. Let me say hi. Hey, who else do we have? Kathy crocheting, one stoner, three cats. Doing left my way. What's up? Okay. Let me get these other videos. All right. That is woman that locks husband in suitcase. Okay. Let's watch First, we'll watch a news clip, and then we'll watch the one where she actually filmed it. Okay.
Developing, a woman set to face a judge this morning after a deputy made a disturbing discovery in her Winter Park home.
Investigators say she zipped her boyfriend in a suitcase and then left him to die. And as News 6's Mark Lehman found, the couple had a long history of domestic violence.
Court records show the couple involved in this have both been arrested on domestic violence charges. And investigators say the girlfriend in this brought up that history in video she recorded on her cell phone. All of this while they say her boyfriend was zipped in that suitcase, pleading for help. 42-year-old Sarah Boone taken away in handcuffs on Tuesday in a bizarre case that left her boyfriend dead. Deputies say Jorge Torres Jr. suffocated after being zipped in a suitcase and left for several hours. His body was found at an apartment along France Lane in Winter Park Monday afternoon. According to an arrest affidavit, Boone called 911, saying the two were drinking and playing a game of hide and seek Sunday night. That's when she said they both thought it would be funny if Torres got into a suitcase. Boone told investigators she passed out in her bed, forgetting about her boyfriend until the next morning. But detectives say they found videos on her cell phone that tell a much different story. They say in the clips, Jorge repeatedly kept calling out Sarah's name, screaming for help and saying he can't breathe. According to the report, Boone replied saying, "That's what you do when you choke me." Investigators say she is also heard saying, "That's on you. That's what I feel like when you cheat on me." Detectives say those videos were enough to place Boone under arrest, where she's now facing a charge of second-degree murder. And the arrest report also stated that Torres had a cut on his lip and bruising around his eye when his body was found. As for Boone, she remains locked up here in the Orange County Jail and is scheduled to appear before a judge sometime in the next hour. Reporting in Orange County, Mark Lehman, Getting Results, News 6.
Okay, so now we're gonna watch the video where she's filming him after she does this. Okay, it's horrible. So he's in that suitcase right now.
Sarah.
For everything you've done to me.
Sarah.
For everything you've done to me.
Sarah.
Fuck you.
Sarah.
Fuck you.
Sarah.
Stupid.
Sarah.
That's my name. Don't wear it up.
Sarah. I can't fucking breathe, babe. Seriously.
Yeah, that's when you choke me.
Sarah. 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 Sarah, I can't breathe, babe.
That's on you.
Sarah, I can't breathe.
It's on you.
Sarah.
Real or ransom. Might want to get video for it extra. Because I got this.
Sarah.
Real or ransom.
Sarah. Sarah, I can't breathe, babe.
Oh. That's what I feel like when you ching on me.
Sarah.
Fuck you.
Fucking breathe, Sarah.
Yeah. You should probably shut the fuck up.
Sarah.
Shh.
And yeah, record. This isn't. I think it happened when wasn't it even longer than a couple months ago. These ripped from the headlines episodes. It's not necessarily like breaking news or just happened. It's just random cases and random things that we talk about that don't get much coverage. So this looks like, when did this happen? This might have happened a couple years ago, actually, but now she's going to be going to trial. Is that what you said? No, she doesn't. He dies. That's the thing. He dies. She doesn't let him out. And she claims that she just fell asleep and forgot about him. And he dies. I mean, think about it though. I mean, you're stuck. If you're zipped up in a suitcase, he had no chance. How is he gonna get out? I guess there is one kid. I guess you could maybe try to find something to like stick through and kind of push it down. But like, if he was in a position where he couldn't get to where, well, it depends even how the zippers are actually. But wow, I can't even imagine. I can't even imagine what he was going through. I mean, maybe he was abusive. She said, well, I mean, you heard her say something like, well, that's how I feel like when you choke me. I mean, maybe he was, I don't know, but still that's not an excuse. It does. It's like, it's painful listening to him. Like, let me out. I can't breathe. So, wow. What's it say? I never actually saw it. Oh, okay. Here, there's one more little news clip. Let's see what this says.
Eric, thank you. Breaking at 11, a woman arrested accused of zipping a man in a suitcase, leading to his death. The Orange County Sheriff's Office tweeted this video of 42-year-old Sarah Boone in handcuffs. Deputies say the killing happened yesterday at a home along France Lane in Winter Park. Boone told investigators,
Oh, sorry, I did the wrong one. That's the same one we just watched. Hold on a second. I have one more. Or was that? Maybe not. Well, wow, it almost looks like they're saying the same thing. That was the other one. Hold on a second. Yeah, I guess that was. Let me see if they add anything new.
she and Jorge Torres Jr. were drinking and playing hide and seek. She says she zipped him inside the suitcase, passed out, and forgot about him. But investigators found videos on Boone's cell phone. They say you can hear Torres telling Boone he cannot breathe. According to the arrest report, Boone replies saying, quote, "That's what you do when you choke me. That's what I feel like when you cheat on me." Tonight, she is facing a second-degree murder charge.
Okay, so crazy. No, hey Diana, I know the interrogation's out, but I just don't have it edited and ready to go because it's just not ready to play. But I might do that separately because this one I like to just play like short clips and cover a bunch of them, and then the ones that we want to see like longer, like I did with the Fidel Lopez one, where we went back and I watched the interrogation. So we could probably do that with this one, do it another live. So what do you guys think? It's sad. It is sad. Wow, people are freaking crazy. All right, let me see what else I got for you. I think all of these are ones you sent me, Diana, besides the Columbus one that we covered first. Well, no, I think there might be a couple other ones maybe that I found, but you do send me a lot. All right, so let's do. Oh, this one's so sad. I just have one video. I didn't find like any other. Well, I don't even know if I looked, but I just have this one video of this poor lady. She plunges to her death from a rising drawbridge. Oh my gosh. All right, you guys. I don't know. I guess trigger warning for these. I guess I should have said that because even that suitcase one could have been triggering. This one is like this lady. She falls off of a bridge. I know. I love the interrogations too. Okay. All right, here's this one, guys.
This lady regularly walked across a drawbridge in West Palm Beach, Florida. Then disaster hit when it opened while she was crossing. She tried to hold on as she dangled from the open bridge, but she couldn't. Now her family is speaking with Inside Edition about their unthinkable loss.
It was a horrific accident. An elderly woman plunges to her death when a drawbridge opens. 79-year-old Carol Wright was walking with her bike across the Royal Park Bridge, a route she often took from her home in West Palm Beach to her favorite bookstore in ritzy Palm Beach. She was halfway across when the bridge opened and she could not get off in time. Lance Ivy is an attorney for Carol Wright's family.
She's literally hanging on for dear life, clinging with these 79-year-old hands and arms as best as she can do for several minutes, and she gave it a valiant effort, and unfortunately, just her arms gave out.
We took the same walk today to see how a tragedy like this could have happened. First, a loud bell warns pedestrians to get off the bridge. 60 seconds later, the barriers go down, stopping all traffic. Then at 2 minutes, the bridge opens. So why didn't Carol Wright make it?
I guarantee you that she was trying valiantly to get off this bridge, and she tried valiantly to save her own life.
Carol leaves behind a niece, Jill Sanchez.
I would have panicked. Who wouldn't have? You know, and at 79 years old, you know, we like to think our senses are sharp as they can be, but who knows what, you know, you do in that situation.
Accidents like this are rare, but they have happened before. Carol Wright's family believes the operator in the control tower could have saved her.
She was right here, right directly in front of the gatehouse, there to be seen. Had they pushed the emergency stop button, it might have prevented her death.
The bridge company declined to comment during the investigation.
Wow, man. So that makes you wonder, maybe she was hoping, because it said, what, 60 seconds, the bell goes off before it starts rising, right? And then wait, how did that work? 2 minutes to, now I forget how they said that worked. But I wonder if she just thought, well, I can make it, and she tried, and then she just then was in a situation. I don't know. I can't even imagine. Cover Armando and Brittany Barron. No, I never heard of that one, Doing Life My Way. Wait, Armando and Brittany Barron. What, remind me what that one, what happened? I'm not sure. Left England just a couple days ago. He was on, oh wow, Two Dog Night. Yeah, that's true. Good point. She could have just been hard of hearing, or maybe didn't understand how it operated, how it worked. Because think about that, though. Not everybody knows what that bell means. Like, what if you're a tourist, or what if you're not from around there and you're just visiting and you're going on a bike ride and you don't know what that bell means when it rings? I mean, that could even be a possibility. Well, I don't know. I mean, I'm sure they said if she was from around there, but maybe she just didn't realize. The Murder of Me. No, I haven't. One Stone with Three Cats. Just doing that. The bridge rising should be a sign. Yeah, but by the time the bridge is rising, then she's already on it, right? And then she's stuck. I guess yeah, that's what it said. Didn't it say it took 2 minutes for the bridge to rise? So you would think she was on a bike, right? They said, so why couldn't she just ride real quick? 2 minutes is enough time to get down there. She must have just panicked. Something happened, because that would be enough time. Unless she was just listening to her music. What if she had headphones on, just jamming out, not even paying attention, and by the time she even realized what was going on, she was on top of that thing, maybe. I don't know. I mean, I guess it could have been so many different circumstances. Hey, Gigi. Yeah, 2 minutes, but they said the bell rings 60 seconds before it even starts to rise. So she couldn't have known what that bell, or she probably was just listening to music, which I don't think, well, I would do it too, but I know you're probably not supposed to if you're riding a bike, like in traffic, and like, but I know I feel like I'm guilty. I would probably be doing it. I don't know. And yeah, she was older too, so she probably panicked. It's just sad. Can you imagine how sad she was? And then, like that guy said, why didn't that person, the operator, why didn't they push the emergency stop button or do something? Because what I was thinking, why couldn't somebody, if somebody was watching or somebody was there, why couldn't they kind of like stand and kind of try to catch her as she fell? Like if she slid down, or how, unless if she fell on the other side of it. I don't know. But then that would be in the water if she fell on the other side, right? I was picturing her falling on the side where the concrete is, right? Well, wouldn't you kind of like slide down? I mean, wonder if somebody could like kind of like put their arms out and I don't know. Okay, let's move on. That's a hard one. Man. Okay, what else do I have? Yeah, he might be. Linda, what's up? Wait, did they say that Thrive Life? I missed that. Did they say she crossed every day? If that's the case, then that is very odd because then she would know. I didn't catch that. Okay. Let's see what else I got for you guys. Let's see. Just have some random. Okay, so let's do. Oh, let's do the TikTok one. So this guy, they caught this TikToker guy by his shoes, I guess. So he robbed I don't know if it was a couple stores or just one. Now I forget if it was more than one. Yeah, I think it was robberies. And he had like these shoes that the witnesses saw. Well, he sat there and I guess he did TikTok videos the same day of the robberies. Like they said it would have been like probably like after the robberies, he's doing these TikTok videos. And somebody recognized the shoes. So they ended up catching him by his shoes in his TikTok videos, this robber. Okay, so let's play this one.
He was a rising star on TikTok, but his videos help police connect this young man to some serious crimes.
As Fox 2's Brandon Hudson tells us, he's now facing federal charges for armed robberies committed across our area.
This is one of the TikTok videos police say they used to track down a suspected serial robber. Police say the guy with the fancy footwork is Chosen Hannah. A federal criminal complaint says those white Nike shoes with red accents match the shoes worn during 4 armed robberies between December 1st and February 1st. Police paperwork says Hannah held up the 7-Eleven in Commerce Township twice. He's also accused of robbing a Marathon gas station in Dearborn, and earlier this month, the Old West Tobacco in Novi.
You know what's finna occur?
In fact, this TikTok was posted by Hannah the same day police say he committed the first robbery.
When you give them back to
The criminal complaint says an anonymous tip pointed Dearborn police to Hannah's TikTok profile. Investigators say the purple and pink hair was another big clue. Here's the thing, as we're going through the accused robber's TikTok profile, we're seeing that while police say he was committing all these robberies from December to February, he was still posting videos on TikTok and getting thousands of views. In the case of one video, several million.
Well, I'm just surprised and shocked because a lot of people out here, are really good people, so I'm just shocked, honestly.
This neighbor lives on the street, which federal documents say authorities did surveillance on Chosen Hannah twice between February 9th and 11th. Then on Wednesday, a warrant led police to find Hannah inside a home on Virgil in Redford. He later admitted to all 4 crimes. Police were surveilling the street. Did you see any, unmarked cars or any police activity out of the ordinary on this street?
No, I didn't see anything. I didn't see nothing out the ordinary on the street. It's been pretty quiet. My prayers go out to him, and I hope that, he can recover from whatever is making him do that.
Brandon Hudson, Fox 2 News.
Okay, so I just have a couple of. I went to his TikTok page and got a couple of his TikToks. We could just watch a few of them, just for make fun of the idiot for. Ugh. Thank you, Kibby. Is to check. Okay, I see. Thanks, Kibby. Yeah. Well, then screw that. He wasn't doing his job then. And yes, doing life my way. I know that case. You know what? A couple times I feel like I was gonna do that and I never ended up covering it. He killed and eventually. Yep. It's a crazy one. Okay. All right. So let's play a couple of his TikToks here. I'm just not going to be with sound because of the music, but we'll just see this idiot. All right. Thinks he's all cool, huh? No, I mean, I guess that's how all people on TikTok act. That's the thing, right? But the fact that he's over there robbing freaking places, like he does TikToks right after he. There's the one, I want to get it to the one where it said that that's the one of the ones where he filmed after he robbed after one of his robberies. I'll show you when it comes up. Yeah, I wonder how long he'll go do for this. I guess it depends on what his record is, and I mean, he had a gun. That's kind of up it a lot. Is this one of this might be one of them that they said. Wait. Let me see. It's one of the ones. It's this one, I think. Because one where it was in this area where they said that he just got done robbing it and he made the TikTok. Why do I think it's this one? So yeah. Or I guess it could be this one because they're all in the same room. Well, no, because he doesn't have those shoes on in this one. It sucks because they said, what, some of them had like over 1 million views? I mean, he could have maybe possibly made something of himself. I don't know how you get paid on TikTok, but obviously there's some way because these TikTokers are making a lot of money somehow. So, I mean, instead of freaking robbing freaking stores, he could have actually maybe made a living off of this. I don't know. Possibly, right? If he kept getting a lot of views. So, okay. Maybe it's this one because he's got those shoes on, right? That they found them. Wow. Okay, let me see what else I got for y'all. You guys hear my chair squeaking? It bothers me so much. Oh. We'll do the next one. We're going to do a mother finds daughter locked in daycare. I just have one video clip of that. I know, he does kind of make me laugh. I know, me too. Why does it make me like smile watching them? Not because I don't know, something about it. It's just like goofy almost. Like, what is that? I'm sure it's some kind of dance. And I'm sure it has a name, right? All right. I think, well, let me see. I think I might play a couple more. Might as well just watch the idiot. I'm seeing what I want to play next. So I'm going to do that. The mother-in-law. What do I want to do after that? All right. I think we've seen enough of him, right? This is some kind of filter, right? I mean, what is that filter? Or is that really is that him with like a filter, right? That last one? Here's the shoe. That was the famous shoe that got him caught. He just threw at it. Well, not going to be wearing those shoes anymore, idiot. Right? I think that's it. But wait, I don't see the red in them. I thought they said red. But I feel like those are the ones they kept pointing out. Okay. So let's remove this. All right. So yeah, this is the one. Which one did I say this was? Now I already forget which one I'm in. Oh, the woman that she finds her daughter locked in a daycare.
Mother arriving to pick up her 2-year-old toddler, only to find her locked inside and left in the dark at the daycare center. Police and fire were called in to free that child.
And tonight, that parent is demanding answers as to how this happened in the first place. Local 10's Terrell Fournier is live in Plantation with the terrifying tale. Terrell.
And this is something that even the folks who run this daycare center say should have never happened. But because of it, a couple of staff members have been placed on administrative leave amid several investigations.
I'm coming, okay?
With her voice quivering and worry heavy on her mind, Stephanie Martinez tried her best to keep her 2-year-old daughter calm.
Helpless. I couldn't get to her. I was freaking out. It's like the worst feeling ever. Like, you can't do anything.
Little Anastasia was alone, trapped inside of her daycare, somehow left behind by staff members.
No one was there. Everything was shut down.
The panic began when Stephanie showed up to KinderCare just after 6 Tuesday evening for the pickup, just as either she or the girl's aunt normally do.
And I started knocking. I banged on every window. I couldn't see anything. Everything was dark.
She's like, well, I'm at the school and nobody's here. And I'm like, well, I don't have her. Like, call the police.
And then finally I heard her and she popped up on the little window, the little door. And that's when I lost it.
Police and fire rescue had to force their way inside to get to the girl, who is now fearful of the dark. In a statement, a spokesperson for KinderCare says in part, while we're thankful the child was quickly found and was safe, this incident should not have happened. We take all concerns about children's safety seriously. It goes on to say, we'll also take immediate steps to ensure this kind of thing doesn't happen again. All of our teachers and staff will be retrained on proper child supervision.
I just want them to be held accountable. I don't want this to ever happen to anybody else. It's the worst feeling ever.
And that mom met with the director of the kindergarten facility today. She says she was told that low staffing was to blame. This family has now retained an attorney. Reporting live from Plantation tonight, I'm Terrell Fournier.
Wow, low staffing, and then you don't take the kids. I mean, if you can't take them, like, what the heck, dude? You don't just lock the kid in there. Can you imagine how scared she was? The poor little girl. Like, what the heck? Yeah, I mean, didn't they say they were on, like, they're being investigated or however they opened up? They said that they were, I mean, they weren't operating. They were waiting to. Actually, what year was that? I wonder what happened. Let me see. Diana, was that one that you sent me or no? I'm not sure we could see whatever happened. Okay, so this next one is. Let me see what this was titled. Hold on one second. Okay, so this one is preschooler found in freezer, boyfriend of mom arrested. So the preschooler was found in a freezer, guys. Okay, here we go.
A difficult one. It's got a lot of layers to it. We're still trying to figure out what happened. But it is extremely tragic and shocking all at once. I will tell you this. A young child was murdered. That child was found in a freezer. This is all taking place out in Nevada. Alyssa Bethencourt, reporter with our great affiliate KTNV in Las Vegas, has some of the details for us tonight.
Neighbors that we spoke with say they had no idea that something so sinister was going on right next door. One woman, Alberta Amezcua, she says she knew the little boy found dead inside of that freezer very well, and her heart has been broken into pieces since she learned the news.
He was so cute, so, just outgoing and happy. I found the tape outside and my heart dropped.
Now, police believe that little boy's body had been in the freezer since early December. They first learned of the crime after the boy's older sister handed a note over to her teacher. The note, which was written by their mother, said she was being held against her will and she wasn't sure if her son was still alive because she hadn't seen him since December. The teacher called police, who immediately went to the home and saw the mother leaving with her boyfriend. Police stopped the car and brought both of them in for questioning, and that's when things took a tragic turn. Now, the man accused of doing this currently facing an open murder charge. Police are still in the beginning stages of their investigation. They're asking anybody with information to call Crime Stoppers. That number, 702-385-5555. Reporting, I'm Melissa Bethencourt.
How does this happen? Why does this happen? Those are questions that are probably difficult to answer because you can't get inside the minds of someone that would do this. But we're going to get some more information right now from the homicide lieutenant from the Las Vegas Metro Police. Lieutenant Ray Spencer spoke previously. Let's listen.
Clark County School District Police received a report that a child who is in elementary school went to school today with a note from her mother. That note indicated that the mom was being held against her will at a house directly behind me. She also stated that she did not know the whereabouts of her preschool-age child. She believed that the child could possibly be deceased. Upon receiving that note, school police then contacted Metro. At that point, we were advised and began an investigation. Patrol officers and detectives set up surveillance on the house that's located directly behind me, and about 10 o'clock this morning, they observed a male leaving the residence with a female. Patrol officers stopped the vehicle and detained the male, who is a Hispanic male in his late 30s. The female inside the car is the mother of the child who was at the school. That mother was interviewed, and she stated that she had not seen her child alive since December 11th. During the course of that interview, she described that she had undergone abuse by her boyfriend who she lived with and had been inquiring about the whereabouts of her child and believed that the child may possibly be deceased. She stated that she was not allowed to leave the house and she was not able to go into the garage of the residence. After getting that information, homicide detectives were notified, and at that point, we assumed charge of the investigation. Once we obtained a search warrant about 2 hours ago, we entered the house and discovered the remains of a preschool-aged child inside of a freezer inside the garage of the house directly behind me.
Is the suspect the father of either of the children?
The suspect is not the father of either of the two children. He's the he's the boyfriend of the mother.
So many questions tonight, and I don't know if we ever get answers to them on how this happens, but let's bring in our guests tonight. Joining me in Salt Lake City, Utah, private investigator Rob Joseph. In Chicago, Illinois, private investigator Erica Morse. And in Los Angeles, California, forensic psychiatrist, trial expert witness, and columnist, Dr. Carol Lieberman. Welcome to all of you. Dr. Lieberman, let me start with you, because the first thing that strikes everyone about this story is the mom. She does give the note to the child who's going back and forth to school. But then when she's interviewed, she's concerned that she hasn't seen her younger child in 2 months. Explain to us how it's possible that you could be in a situation and being controlled by a man so much that you would not know where your child is and not act earlier. I'm not blaming anyone. I'm just trying to understand tonight what's going on.
Well, clearly this is a man, her boyfriend, who swooped in, actually, after her husband died and isolated her from her family. And he had a history of domestic violence. And, she said that he tied her up and he took away her phone and, wouldn't let her leave the house. And even they did find handcuffs in the car. But, and so, yes, it seems most likely that he was the one who killed the son. But, and it's interesting because men who commit domestic violence, the most vulnerable times for the women are when they're pregnant or if they have a male son, because the boyfriend, the man, feels that the other male in the house is a competitor. But, there really is something more to this story. How could a mother, somehow she found a way to give her daughter the note, but she said she didn't see her son since December 11th. So, I mean, you have to wonder, wasn't there some other opportunity before now that she could have escaped or found her son or something? There is definitely more to it. Plus, she gave different stories about what she thought happened to the son, because she talked about how her boyfriend told her that he had that it was an accident, that the son was dead, but it was an accident. He had vomit on him in bed. I mean, there are various stories. So I think the mother definitely needs to be investigated.
Erica Morris, what questions, I mean, I have so many, but what questions do you have looking at what happened to this poor child?
The first question I have is whether or not the living daughter was used as a weapon to keep mom quiet and to keep mom in her place for the last 2 months. Let's not forget that there was another child in this house, and mom was clearly terrified enough to send a note through her daughter to a mandated reporter. She chose a very specific person to send that to, knowing that help would be called. And I firmly believe, having worked a lot of DV situations, that the other child was probably used as a weapon. I've done this once, or this has happened once already. Imagine what could happen again. So, women, when they are isolated, when they are, especially with their children, I'm not even looking at this as a Stockholm Syndrome situation at this point. I'm looking at this as a survival situation. There are survival guides for women in this situation. And it says, remain low key, cooperate, do not challenge your abductor, do not challenge your abuser. Wait for the perfect opportunity to get out alive. And if there are other children, wait for that opportune moment. So I am very cautious here because I work with DV victims every day, and I refuse to re-victimize a victim. Clearly, there has been egregious abuse here, and clearly one child is deceased and another was probably in extreme danger.
Rob Joseph, your thoughts tonight? What questions do you have about this case, this tragedy, this murder?
Yeah, I mean, these types of cases are just so baffling, especially when you're dealing with a woman that is in an abusive relationship, and she would have known fairly rarely. I think she would have known pretty soon into the relationship what type of relationship she was in. And I, as a police officer, find this type of situation when I was a police officer just so too common, where women are in an abusive relationship, you get called on a domestic violence case, and when you move to arrest the husband, the wife will jump on your back or throw a chair at you or interfere because now she's fearful that he's going to jail. She called because she feared for her life, or maybe the neighbors called, and now he's going to jail, and I don't know that they have the confidence that the system works all the time. But they do know that person's going to get out of jail eventually, and they're going to retaliate against them. And so I know there is a degree of fear. The questions I'd be looking at, though, are, with your son missing for 2 months and your daughter going to school every day, was there an opportunity before this time to alert somebody to what was going on? And we have no idea. I mean, you try to get into the mind of the victim here, and she is a victim. How much she knew, how much she was fearful of the retaliation against the other daughter, the other child, and you know what he could do to her. I know it's a real thing. I've seen it as a police officer. I deal with it as a private investigator when people call me and the police aren't acting on real concerns that, you know, women have on domestic violence, and they call a private investigator to really dig into who this person is, to watch, to try to catch them in some other type of domestic violence situation so that you can alert the police that this is credible. There is a lot of questions, just like you had mentioned in the opening. There are a lot of questions, there are a lot of concerns, and there needs to be a very thorough investigation to determine what role, if any, the mother might have had in this, and whether or not he was using that against her. We just don't know. And so really you have to come into these situations believing the victim, but having your eyes wide open, looking at all the evidence and evaluating it, examining everything, and to determine, you know, if there is some responsibility there for her as well as the estranged boyfriend.
Speaking of the evidence, I've got another photo to show everyone. This was in the backyard of this home. Let's take a look. It's about 8 feet deep. This hole, it looks like it's concrete. What is going on here? What is going on in this home? Carol Lieberman, forensic psychiatrist, I'm looking at this and I'm wondering, what's the end game? What was this all about? Who was going to be buried in there, or was it for something else? What is going on here, Carol?
Yes, it looks a lot bigger than for just a little 4-year-old boy who was still in the freezer. So yes, was he going to kill the mother and kill the daughter because he didn't want witnesses? He didn't want them going to the police afterwards? Quite possibly. You know, he has a public defender, and the public defender is asking for a competency hearing, hinting that maybe the man has some psychological problems that would not allow him to be able to aid in his own defense and to know, understand the proceedings against him. But, you know, clearly, because he did have this prior domestic violence incident for which he sort of beat up this woman, and he left, and then he came back and he called 911 from her phone, and then he left. So they didn't know where he was. And then he happened to have been stopped. That was in 2018. And then 2019, he was stopped by a cop for almost running into pedestrians. And they looked him up, and they saw that he had this warrant for domestic violence. And that's when he went to a class for impulse control, an 8-hour class for impulse control. And, you know, that always, I mean, it's better than nothing, but obviously it didn't work. And really people with this serious, you know, this serious anger problem, I mean, it all starts really, domestic violence, men who commit domestic violence start with having been raised by a mother who abandoned them, at least emotionally. And that they develop rage towards women and they take it out on them. So, you know, he may well have even deeper problems than that, but unfortunately, the punishment that he got, the 8 hours plus community service, plus a fine, plus he was going to get 90 days in jail, but then they suspended that sentence and he didn't get it.
We will continue to follow this story as more information comes out through investigators in Nevada, but incredibly shocking, but ultimately tragic for that young child.
Wow, that's crazy. I didn't even get a chance to watch that all. This is the first time I actually watched it all. Man, so thank God she got that note, man. I mean, I know her poor son, but he probably would have ended up killing them all and putting them all in there, I'm guessing. Oh my God, what a monster. I mean, so you guys, what do you guys feel? I mean, as far as the mother, do you think the mother should have any liability? Like, is she responsible at all? Do you think she should be charged at all? Oh, hey, Crochet and Bammy. Thanks, Zah, for all your hard work. I really enjoy your lives. Chats are always a good time. Where's Bella tonight? She's also a blast. Yes, Bella had a family thing she had to do. I know, I miss her. I miss her, but she'll be back hopefully for the next one we do of the ripped from the headlines. I know. She's fun. And thank you for the super chat. So, okay, so what do you guys think? I mean, I don't think she should be charged. I don't. Just my opinion. I think she was in a situation where she was stuck and she probably couldn't save her son. Yeah, she probably could have made better choices that maybe could have saved her son, I guess. But like when you're like so beaten down and broke down, like sometimes you don't know. I mean, you're not equipped. You might not be equipped to know exactly what should I do. What is the smartest thing to do? Like, no, I don't think she should. I think she didn't have a choice in it all and just wasn't equipped to, if she was able to make a different choice. I just don't think no, I don't think. The fact that she sent her a letter with her daughter to get help. I don't know. I don't think, let's see, what do you guys think, Sam? And it's fine if you have a different view, because there are going to be other people that thinks that she should, be held responsible. This is just my opinion. I don't think she should be. Yes. Good. That perfectly worded there. No charge, mentally and physically abused her. So, I mean, she was probably so broke down and beaten mentally and physically. Thank you, Joe. And that she wasn't equipped to be able to save her son and get out of the situation. She was stuck, and unfortunately, because she put her kids in that situation, I get it, but it doesn't mean she murdered her kids. You know what I'm saying? I mean, you could say that with a lot of things. Well, if somebody wouldn't have done this, then they wouldn't have got killed. But I mean, you have to look at the whole picture, and I feel like with this one, yeah, if she didn't date this guy and bring this guy home, her son would be alive. But like, it doesn't mean that she should be held responsible for her son's death, in my opinion. But like I said, I don't, I know a lot of people probably think differently, and I don't know if she will be charged. What year was this from, Diana? Was this recently? Because I wonder if what happened, like if she was charged. Does anybody know the outcome? I should have checked it out. The guy preyed on her. Yeah. I'm trying to think. What did they say what was the name? Because I could look up to see if the guy or if she was ever charged. If anybody knows. Diana, I thought that was you, Diana. I think he was jealous of the boy because he looked like her husband. Oh. Maybe. I mean, yeah. Who knows the reason these freaking psychos, yeah, what reason they have in their head? But yes, it's very well, Susan. Could it be that? When did this? I don't know. I'm trying to figure out. Hold on. Let me see when this happened. It just happened. Okay, Diana, thanks. I agree. I think she's innocent too. So it just happened. So we probably don't know yet if they're going to charge her or anything. I'm guessing they probably won't. I don't think they will, in my opinion. But we'll see. It probably depends. What is the daughter going to say? I'm sure they're going to ask the daughter, and like, what is she going to paint this same picture? Or is she going to say, no, my mom was just as abusive. She went along. Well, of course, just because she kind of went along, it just depends on the circumstances, but I'm sure they will ask the daughter. And I don't know why I'm thinking that the mom just didn't have a choice in it, in my opinion, but I guess we'll see. Um, yeah, exactly. But I'm wondering if, it was so bad, like, what if it got to a point where he made her take part in some of this stuff? But still, I mean, I still would have to say, I don't know if I could still hold her responsible if he was, like, forcing her and she was so afraid. I don't know. I'd have to know all the details, I guess, but from what we know, the little that we do know, I would say no. I guess we'll see. I'll try to look into it and see whatever comes. If they interview the little girl and what she says. Yes, I have that one, Diana. I could play that one. You guys, let's play that one next to get a little bit of a laughter. Um I do find it worrying when a new beau moves in straight away when you yeah, I mean, yes. Very true, Juju. So I guess I'd like to see what that daughter said what her daughter says of what the situation was, All right. So let's move on to the kind of funny one that Diana sent. Well, like I said, Diana sent most of these actually. Thank you. Okay, we'll do the finger one, Diana. Let me find it here. Oh wait. That's the one. Okay. Let me find it. Random. Woman finds finger next to slash tires. Okay. Here we go, guys. Maricopa woman finds tires slashed and a severed finger in her driveway. Oh my gosh. Here we go.
My husband says there's a finger in the driveway. Oh, and oh, by the way, you have 2 flat tires.
You heard that right. That woman in Maricopa woke up to find the tires on her car slashed and a gruesome clue that could point directly to the vandal. We're talking about, it's blurred here, but there's a finger there. David Caltabiano shows us this bizarre discovery.
Slashed tires, drops of blood, and a severed finger?
Literally been laughing all day because if I don't, I think I might cry.
The truck belongs to former volunteer firefighter and EMT Francesca Wickoff, so she has the stomach for this sort of thing from her previous work experience.
You would think if you're gonna go to the hospital, especially if you just sever your finger off, that you would take said finger with you.
Francesca believes the tire slasher cut her back tire, then cut his finger off on accident.
We assume it happened around 10:30 last night because we had our neighbor across the street that lives next door to him heard a yell and some crying around 10:30, and then he sped off shortly after.
The Maricopa mother believes the finger belongs to her neighbor because she says they had an argument with him the night before, and well, a trail of blood leads to his house. You find joy in this guy hurting himself while he's trying to hurt?
I don't find joy in anybody hurting themselves. However, karma has a good way of working itself out.
The neighbor wasn't home Thursday night, and Francesca says he hasn't been there all day. While Arizona's family couldn't reach the Maricopa Police Department for comment, Francesca says no arrests have been made. Only the finger so far was taken into custody by police in a brown paper bag.
Obviously, hey, I got the better hand.
In Maricopa, David Caltabiano for Arizona's family.
David, thanks. Let's
So not all the time do you get like instant karma like that. Most of the time you have to wait to see the karma come back. But that was like, oh my gosh. And it's even funnier that it was the neighbor and the trail of blood led to the house, like led right to him. Oh my gosh, what a freaking idiot. Like, hello, first of all, if it's the neighbor, like why wouldn't he go inside, get something to clean it up, or like go back and grab his finger? I mean, it makes no sense, but he gets what he deserves, you know. Oh, that is a funny one. Thanks for that one, Diana. Oh, the dancing guy. You did like that dancing guy. Oh my God, Trish fingered himself. Ah, you're silly. I know. I guess he won't be slashing any more tires anytime soon. Big whoops. Over garden bins or something. I think it all started over garden bins or something. Alright. Alright, so next one. Well, back to the serious ones, guys. Do you guys like this? Like just going over like little random cases, just like clips of things? I think it's kind of interesting to just hear like random cases, just, little clips of them that, you don't necessarily hear about. Do you guys like it? Okay, so next we're going to do. Oh, thanks, Marge. Cool Heavenly Clouds. Okay, so this one is. Wait, what is the next one? Well, let me see what the title is so I could tell you. What she did to these children is unforgivable. It's Texas toddlers found hogtied and caged. Now, for some reason, I found this clip, but then I couldn't find the name of them, so I couldn't find what ended up happening because didn't catch a name on the video clip, and then I couldn't find a name anywhere. So I don't know whatever happens, but we'll watch this clip and see if any of you guys maybe have heard of this and know what the name. Here we go.
Make an arrest after 2 toddlers were found tied up and caged inside a playpen in southeast San Antonio. San Antonio police say they found the children after conducting a welfare check at a duplex on Bailey Avenue near Piedmont Sunday afternoon. Officers issued an arrest warrant, and today the children's temporary guardian was taken into custody. Police say when they found the children, a 1-year-old girl, she was found with both her feet and hands tied. She also reportedly had a black eye and bloody lip. A 2-year-old boy was also found inside a playpen. Both children were crying and soiled.
But I'll tell you, for what she did to these children it's unforgivable. 2 years seems like nothing compared to what she did to these children.
Child Protective Services took the 2 children into custody. The woman faces 2 counts of child endangerment.
So I can't find out who that is. Just see what. That's just the clip of that. It's sickening. Okay, so let me see what else I got. Most of these are just like one video for each one that I have. All right, so we have. Let's do. Okay. Father allegedly told 4-year-old to shoot at police at Utah McDonald's. Interesting.
Dad in Utah is accused of telling his 4-year-old child to shoot at a police officer following a fight in a McDonald's parking lot. Nick is here with the details behind this story. Nick?
Yeah, Adrian, actually not even a fight. It was a wrong order. This is what set everything into motion. According to a report obtained by News Nation, 27-year-old Sadat Johnson received the wrong order at a McDonald's drive-thru, so he pulled a gun out and brandished it at employees. Workers asked him to pull forward while they fixed his order, and they quickly called police. Unified Police Department of Greater Salt Lake responded to the call. When they got there, they made contact with Johnson knowing he may be armed. They pulled him out of the vehicle.
As soon as he was pulled out of the vehicle and they started to take him into custody, one of the officers noticed a firearm coming out the vehicle.
A shot was fired. The officer was able to deflect the barrel of the gun. That bullet injured an officer and went into the awning of the McDonald's drive-thru. It was then police say they noticed the size and age of their shooter.
The person that pulled that trigger was 4 years old. Just think the gravity of that.
Police say they believe Johnson told the child to shoot at officers.
A child who thought it was okay to pull a firearm and shoot that firearm at police. I've never seen anything like this in my 28 years in law enforcement.
And there's more. A second child, believed to be 3 years old, was also in the backseat of that car at the time. No one else was injured during the arrest, and this remains an active investigation. Adrian?
Thank you so much for watching. Make sure to click on the red subscribe.
That's just ridiculous. I mean, are you kidding me for a wrong freaking order? Oh my gosh, a 4-year-old. Can you imagine like what this kid's life's gonna be like if he's being raised by this kind of a parent? I mean, I wonder if obviously I'm sure they're gonna have CPS over there, right? And taking him maybe, or they're gonna look into that family, I hope. What if he would have killed somebody? It would be the parent that would have to go down for it, right? I don't think the kid should be in trouble at all. A 4-year-old kid wouldn't know any better. So if he ended up like, what if he ended up, hitting the police and killing him? Then yeah, the dad would have had to go to jail. That reminds me, do you guys remember when I did the 911 calls? I'm gonna do some more of those, just either funny ones or there were some serious ones. But this one was a funny one where the person called 911 because I think it was McDonald's or Wendy's or something, but they got they got the order wrong and they called 911 because the order was wrong and they were serious. Like it wasn't a joke. It was like serious. Like, oh my gosh. At least that's kind of funny. This one's not. So, yeah. Oh, okay. Wait, you mean the guardian that was at the time of the shooting, or do you mean like afterwards? Heavenly Clouds, was that the guardians that let their kids do that, or that basically told their kid to do that? I'm confused what you mean by that. All right. Yeah, do you remember that, Heavenly Clouds? I have some ready. I don't have them quite ready, but I'm working on editing some 911 calls because I like to put in like subtitles and stuff. So I'm working on some so we could do a couple more of those because those were always fun to do them live. We always did some funny ones, and then of course we did serious ones, but I tried to at least do like a couple funny ones, and the funny ones are my favorite. You remember the one guy, he got his I don't know if you guys was he got his penis stuck in like the like it was in a pool, like the filter in the pool, and he got it stuck in there because obviously he was, using it for his pleasure, and he got it stuck and he had to call 911. That was one of the funny ones we listened to. What else, guys? There's a couple. Oh, the old lady. Remember the lady? She was drunk. Was she drunk, right? And she wanted, and the 911 operator was so awesome. Or it was the cop. Or who was it? The cop went over and she asked, well, can you send a cop over to come drink a beer with me? Or something like that. Something like that. It was cute though. Oh, so there are some really funny ones. And then the girl, like when the kids, there's some really cute kid phone calls to 911 where they just say the cutest things. All right, so let's see what we have. What else I have to share? So we did that one. Did that. So I guess we could go. Let's play this one. I haven't got to watch all of this. I was trying to like skim through this, but it's Florida Highway Patrol Trooper gets himself fired. So let's see.
Do you think having a conversation about having her perform a massage would be appropriate behavior for a trooper to make during a traffic stop? And you didn't think that was inappropriate to talk about?
I was trying to de-escalate the situation.
Is there a reason why you were saying pretty license?
I was basically de-escalating the situation.
you said you would go to the other massage place in South Tampa, and you know what was she meaning by sketchy?
I did not know what she meant by sketchy. I did not even know what she meant when she said South Tampa.
You guys were able to read that, right? Let me read it for you. Some of you that maybe it says on October 7th, 2020, Florida Highway Patrol Trooper Timmy Williams stopped an Asian woman for speeding. During the traffic stop, Williams asked her for a massage. Williams then returned to his patrol car where he left his microphone to charge. The woman recorded their subsequent interaction and filed a complaint. Williams was fired. Sorry.
Oh, shucks. Are you serious? I pulled her over for going 45 in a 35 zone. Once I conducted the traffic stop, I approached her, identified myself, and explained the reason why I pulled her over. I asked her, is there a reason why she was speeding? And she informed me that she had just left an interview from a massage shoot. I did state that I work all day. I can do a good massage. Do you guys give any law enforcement specials? When I say specials, I was referring to discounts. I don't remember at what point in time I turned off my video from my car, in-car. And then that's when I went back to issue her information.
Okay. Have you ever met prior to that traffic stop?
No, sir.
Okay. Why would you initiate a conversation about wanting a massage from?
The only reason I initiated that, I did indeed engage in the conversation. The only thing my intentions were looking for is a discount. I said law enforcement specials, and I don't think her audio captured that.
How did you know it was a massage therapist?
As I put her over, she stated that, and that's when I made the statement as in the beginning, which the audio did not capture, where I asked her, is there a reason why she's speeding? She gave me that information and said she was coming from a massage. I then said, oh, I can do a good massage. I work all the time. Something related to that. I work all the time. I can do a good massage. And I said, do you guys give law enforcement specials?
Do you think having a conversation about having her perform a massage on a later date would be appropriate behavior for a trooper to make during a traffic stop?
Well, I wasn't at that point. I was looking for a discount. I wasn't looking in that situation as a massage. But to answer your question, I wasn't thinking about it. I was only looking for a discount at that time.
And you didn't think that was inappropriate to talk about during a traffic stop?
I made sure not to ask that during a traffic stop. I was trying to de-escalate the situation, make light of the situation. I made sure not have asked that on the traffic stop.
You want to repeat yourself because there's a little confusion on what you're saying. And I asked you, do you think that's inappropriate to talk about having a massage during
a traffic stop? No, sir.
Are you saying that it's inappropriate?
Yeah. Were you saying like inappropriate as far as a massage, asking for a massage?
Right.
On a traffic stop?
Yeah.
Yes, on a traffic stop.
Yeah. And when I'm asking you, don't you think that's inappropriate?
Yes, sir.
Okay. According to your comments about asking her if she would perform other types of massages was sexual in nature and inappropriate, and that's what her complaint is about.
Yes, sir.
Okay. We're going to listen to this audio, and maybe you can actually dissect the information. And let's start off with this.
Don't worry about it. You don't got him. It's just taking a while.
Now, can you tell me, is that your voice on that recording?
Yes, sir.
Okay. And that was during the traffic stop on October 7th and you, correct?
Yes, sir.
Okay. We're going to listen further.
Here's your pretty license back.
Thanks.
Isn't that pretty?
And I'm going to ask you there, what do you mean by pretty license? What were you trying to explain to her about her license? Is there a reason why you were saying pretty license?
I was basically de-escalating the situation, and I just said, here's your pretty license back. I said, isn't that pretty?
Yeah, and what do you as part as the, like I said, in the beginning, when I said law enforcement specials, where the video did not capture, I can't remember what she said, and I went back to my car. And you said you were trying to make light of the situation. Is that what you're trying to say? Or because I didn't understand why you would say pretty license.
Yes, sir.
Yeah. You didn't answer the question about pretty. Is there a reason why you would keep saying pretty license? What are you referring to when you say pretty license?
I was just giving a compliment, saying, "Here's your pretty license, nice picture."
Oh, is that what you're saying? Nice picture?
That's basically what I was saying. Yes, sir.
Okay.
I guess. Yeah, you're right. Oh God.
Perfect. So when can I come and get a massage?
You're talking about the spa?
Huh?
Are you talking about the spa?
Do I have to come to the spa?
And what do you mean by if you had to come to the spa? Is there a reason why you were asking that question?
Right. And I do get massages.
Okay.
And I only stop because COVID. In that room, where they have rooms, they have where massage machines are in training, and it's like in a community, big open area, and due to COVID, they have other rooms where it's private, and that's what I meant as private. When I said you have to come to the spa, which means that they have other areas where they can block it off, and it's a private massage.
Yeah.
Why?
Because that's where I work.
Oh, could have given me no massage.
Are you trying to set me up?
No, actually I'm not.
I'm more comfortable working at the spa.
No, I'm not. Well, no, I'm not trying to set you up. Actually, I mean. I know you get nervous, but I mean, no.
No, I'm good. I'm not one of those.
Huh?
I'm not one of those.
You're not what?
I don't know. Are you like insinuating you want something else? I don't do that. Sorry.
Huh?
I don't do that.
I'm not saying that you do that.
Okay, so what are you asking?
Huh?
What are you asking?
Which one do you work at?
the information you were providing her, don't you think that was inappropriate for you to ask? And you never came out with an answer when she asked you about what kind of massage you were asking about? Is there a reason why you're talking to her about massages during a traffic stop?
Again, I was only at that point asking for a discount. The video, what she provided, it does not capture in the beginning.
Why would you be asking for a discount? Why not use the word discount? At no time during this recording, you never asked for a discount.
Yes, sir.
You never used that terminology.
Yes, sir. At that time of her recording, I felt that she basically set me up for when she started recording. Prior to that, I was only asking for a law enforcement special as far as a discount.
Okay, you never mentioned that anywhere in this audio recording.
That recording.
Yeah.
Correct. Yes, sir.
You never asked for a discount?
No, sir.
And never mentioned a law enforcement discount?
No, sir, not in that recording.
And why would she want to set you up?
I'm saying I don't know why she would want to do that, but I'm saying what I felt, because in the beginning, that's what brought about this whole thing. I said law enforcement special. I was only seeking a discount.
But you never mentioned that during any of this recording?
Not part of her recording. Yes, sir.
The one over here is called Essentials. Deluxe Day Spa or something.
I do enjoy the other ones.
And what do you mean that you enjoy the other type of massages?
They have a regular massage, where it's the normal, and they also have the deep tissue, where you can. Deep tissue is like what, $900. The other one is like $59, where you can basically, some of them, if you law enforcement, you can get the regular or the deep tissue, and then after that they give you where you add the relaxation.
Why don't you mention that during this recording, that you're asking for something like that? Because nowhere in this recording you're asking for a deep tissue or whatever you just explained. You never mentioned that.
Yes, sir.
Is there a reason why?
I don't have a...
You're explaining it to me now what it is, but yes, you never explained it to her during the recording. Is there a reason?
Well, that's hers. I don't remember in the beginning where before she started recording. I don't want to say that I did, because I don't want to lie. So I don't want to say that I did explain that or say exactly that to her. I can't recall if I said that. I can't.
Oh, yeah, they probably do that like down there, don't they?
No.
Don't they do that like in South Tampa somewhere?
Where? I'm gonna go to South Tampa then.
What do you mean by going to South Tampa? And she's mentioning the other type of massage. You said you would go to the other massage place in South Tampa? What do you mean by that?
I didn't know what she was meaning when she said South Tampa, to be honest. What they do at that point, I was just entertaining her. And I just said I
want that one.
Yeah.
And when she explains that in South Tampa they do the other type of massages, and you said you want that one.
Yes, sir.
What do you mean by that?
I was just entertaining her. I mean, she was saying South Tampa, what they're there, and I want that one.
Do you think that's appropriate to say during a traffic stop about massages? Let's be honest here. You think that's appropriate?
No, sir.
Okay. So why would you say something like that to somebody you just stopped on a traffic stop?
When she made that statement, sir, to be honest, I was just entertaining her, which I should not have done. I'm going to be honest.
Yeah.
Unfortunately, it does not capture the beginning. She got it, and at that point, I'm going to be honest, I was just entertaining what she was saying.
You keep saying in the beginning. What was it? What was said in the beginning that wasn't captured?
When I initiate the traffic stop, because the whole purpose, what brought this up, was law enforcement. When I said I can do a good massage, and I said I work all day, and I initiated when I said law enforcement specials.
You're saying that she initiated that she does massages and that you needed one? Is that what you're saying?
She said that she do as a massagist.
Okay.
And here me, I've been working all day. I've been looking for one lately because I haven't been in a while. I said, you guys give law enforcement specials.
So that's the part you're saying that
brought this whole thing up.
The sketchy ones, I think you could point them out.
Police officers need the sketchy ones too.
Okay. What do you mean by when she mentioned sketchy and you said that you needed these sketchy type of massages?
Right. Again.
Let's be honest here. What do you mean?
Yes, sir. That? Yes, sir. I'm being honest.
Okay.
When she said that, she said sketchy. And the same thing as far as when she said South Tampa. I said, I'm going to South Tampa. She said sketchy. I said, okay, sketchy. She said sketchy. And I was just entertaining her at that point.
Oh my God, guys. Well, I don't know. Do you guys want to keep watching it? This guy is horrible. It's kind of funny, the fact that does he really think that this guy's believing him? I think he's just like stuck. I mean, he doesn't want to admit it. There's no way out of it, so he's just making up the worst lies. He'd be better off just saying the truth. What do you guys want to do? Do you want to, because it's actually really, we're only like a third done, so it's up to you. If you want to finish watching it, we can. If not, we don't have to. How to destroy career in one guy. Yes. I wish I was on camera today because Zeke is just hanging out with me, but maybe he just left. He's been here all night. He's been hanging out. He's been coming and visiting me at night lately. But anyway, oh, you're invested? Okay, you guys want to keep watching it? We can keep watching it. Okay, cool. Let's do it. All right.
And you know what sketchy, what was she meaning by sketchy?
I did not know what she meant by sketchy. I did not even know what she meant when she said South Tampa. I'm being honest. I was actually entertaining her at that point.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure.
No, I'm just kidding. How long you been doing it though?
Almost 3 years.
3 years? See, but if I go to yours now, you're not gonna be one to massage me.
I mean, if you want a normal one.
But I think you're pretty though, man.
Oh, thank you. But that doesn't mean I'm gonna just do stuff.
Don't worry about it.
Once again, you keep telling you told her twice that she's pretty.
Mm-hmm.
Is there a reason why you're telling her she's pretty? And we're talking about a professional law enforcement traffic stop.
Yes, sir.
Is there a reason why you persist on telling her she's pretty? Well, why are you doing that?
In the beginning, to answer your question, in the beginning, I just gave it back to her license. I was only talking about her picture on the license, giving a compliment. Here's your pretty license, but isn't that pretty? And then at that point, when I told her that, what did she say? She said something. I said about I want to come where you go, and I'm like, well, you know, I think you're pretty, and basically, again.
For what purpose to tell her twice that she was pretty? I don't understand. Why would you do that?
The first time, it was her license. The second time, it was unprofessional. I was entertaining her based on the conversation that she was already, we had already gotten into, that I was just, entertaining her at that point. The first time, I know why I said it, because I was giving her license back, and I was like, oh, nice picture. Isn't that pretty? Second time, I just,
Were you trying to gain something from her by saying that she was pretty twice? Were you trying to obtain something from her? Get her to do something?
I actually not, or were not, sir.
But you do admit you said it?
I do admit that I did, yes, sir.
Were you trying to compliment her?
I was giving her a compliment based on her picture the first time.
Right.
I was.
And the second time?
The second time, I was really just entertaining her at that point.
I have some before.
All right. Here you say that you've had
regular ones?
Huh?
You're talking about regular?
I don't know if I should be saying that. I mean, I have both.
What do you mean by that? You're talking about having massages, and she's replying back to you. Are you talking about the regular one, or are you talking about maybe the sketchy ones? And in here you say you've had both. Why would you tell her that? Why would you explain to her that you had two types of sketchy type of massages?
Right. I had normal massage. I go quite often until COVID came, and when she was basically saying that regular ones or sketchy ones or whatever, and here I am, felt for what she was saying. At this point, I was just entertaining her at this point. And I'm just throwing out that, I had both, yeah. But, I mean, to be honest, I know that getting those other sketchy drugs, I stay away from. I know it's illegal. I don't do that.
But even though you did mention that you had it done before.
They had it done before. I never did. I only go to the ones hands and stone.
Okay. Would there be a reason why you did tell her that you've had both?
Again, no, sir. To be quite honest, I was just basically entertaining her.
Okay. Now, when she mentioned sketchy and you mentioned sketchy, are we talking about sexual in nature?
I wasn't talking about sexual in nature. She said sketchy, and I was just entertaining her at that point. Again, I never even said anything even sexual related to her that I was looking for at that point. At that time, I'm sorry.
And you don't believe that you were saying it indirectly?
I wasn't saying it say it again, sir?
Indirectly? Well, you mentioned...
Oh, did I mean that I was saying it indirectly as far as I wanted sexual? No, sir. I knew what I was looking for in my heart in the beginning. It was only cheaper price that I was looking for at that time in the beginning.
And once again, you never mentioned that during any of this recording. Am I correct?
Yes, in part of her recording. Yes, sir.
Okay.
Oh yeah, you're like I don't know what to say.
Say what?
But that seems to be normal for some guys, so I'm not surprised.
Yeah, I mean, which one you done?
The normal ones?
Both?
Professional.
Professional?
Yes.
Once again, you ask her if she's done both. Would there be a reason why you're asking somebody about doing two types of massages? And according to her, she believes that it was sexual in nature.
Yes, sir.
According to her.
Yes, sir.
Why would you mention something like that to somebody on a traffic stop?
Well,
or why are you even engaging in a conversation about that?
We was already in that part of the conversation as far as, about massages at that point. I wasn't actually engaging in anything sexual at that time. When she said sketchy in both, she said that she brought those up first. And at that time, I'm sitting here having a conversation with her, and I know what it looks like right there. But at that time, I'm just entertaining her and going along with her, and I'm just saying both. You do both, and basically replying back to what she's telling me.
You say professional?
Strictly.
Strictly professional?
Yes.
I'm just giving you a hard time. No, I only go to the professional one.
Okay.
The only one I go to is the, have you heard of the hand and stone?
That one? There's one right there.
Well, yeah.
I mean, I've been there for an interview, but I haven't got a massage from there.
Those ones I go to. They trying to crack down.
What do you mean?
On the other ones.
Oh, the sketchy ones? Good.
No?
I said good.
But they'll never crack down on those.
Why is that?
Huh?
Why?
Because it's difficult. Hard.
Like, you need proof or what?
Huh?
They need proof or something? What do you mean?
Yeah, you can't. I mean, you go in there, they get a massage, and after that, how you gonna prove it?
You guys can't, like, record it or something?
Who can record it?
I don't know.
Exactly.
Well, can't they just say that they had it done? Or maybe they don't want to.
I wouldn't say anything.
You just heard a minute of recording. Am I correct by saying you're talking about something sexual in nature when it comes to massages? That conversation.
As far as that?
Yeah, that portion I just played right now.
As I'm talking about anything sexual at that time?
Yeah.
No, sir. I wasn't. Again, at this part of the conversation, I was only entertaining her when I made those statements.
Well, why would you entertain her? That's what I don't understand. Why would you entertain something like that? Something that's sexual in nature. Why would you do that?
I shouldn't have made those statements. I'm gonna be honest, or even entertain her at that point.
So you do agree that's very inappropriate?
I do agree that's very inappropriate what she has. I do.
Not what she has. It's inappropriate that you even engaged
engaged in.
Yeah, meaning that if she said it, then you went along with it.
I shouldn't engage in that conversation of what she's saying. I should not even entertain her. Yeah.
I mean, who would, you know?
Yeah.
See what I'm saying?
Yeah. Yeah. Because those buildings are still around, so.
Huh?
I said I see those buildings are still around, so.
Yeah.
Yeah.
What is questions? No?
Okay. Let's talk about when you first made the traffic stop and you walked up to her car. Was your body mic on? Your body wireless mic when you approached the vehicle?
Yes, sir. It was on.
Okay. Was there a reason why it wasn't actually picking up your conversation in the beginning?
Well, I wear my mic down here.
What do you mean down there?
On my belt.
Okay.
On my belt. And I thought it did pick up my conversation, did it?
It was very, very muffled.
Okay.
Yeah.
I don't have a...
And in other words, we couldn't really hear it at all?
Yes, sir. I don't have a mic on my uniform. Okay. So it was down on my belt.
So you believe your microphone was on at the time?
I believe that it was on, yes, sir.
Yeah, and according to the MVR, your video, it said that your mic was activated when you went to the car.
Yes, sir.
You went back once you. It looks like you got the driver's license from. You went back to the car, and you made a statement about. You said, "Shucks." That your mic was not charged. Am I correct?
Yes, sir.
Okay. How did you know that your microphone, your body mic wasn't charging?
It vibrated, if I recall correctly. It vibrated. That they gave me a signal that the battery was going dead. So what I did was I took it off and put it on charge at that time.
Okay.
I looked at it and it's like gave me that blanking signal, if I recall correctly.
Okay. Is there a reason why you wouldn't leave the mic on your body and let it completely die? If it's asking for a charge, you might as well go through the whole process so you have at least your microphone showing that it's on.
I understand. I just put it on charge instead of letting it completely die.
That comes to my next question. So you put it on the charger? You know that little cradle that you put in really doesn't give you a good charge. You realize that, correct?
The one that we put on? No, sir. Yeah. I didn't realize that. Okay. That it does not charge, you say?
Yeah, it charges, but it takes a long time to charge.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. Would there be a reason why you didn't actually, when the policy states that you should actually check to make sure that the mic has a full charge?
That was, I will admit, I keep my mic on my gun belt, and sometimes, most of the time, I will admit, when I get home, I forget to put it back on charge at the end of my shift, and it stays on my belt, and then sometimes my mic goes dead.
That brings me to the next question. When you went to that traffic stop, were you trying to withhold your conversation from having it recorded when you placed the mic in that little crater charger inside the car?
No, sir. No, sir.
I know I asked this question before. Do you believe you made sexual or inappropriate comments during that traffic stop? You need to be honest.
Yes, sir. I'm going to be honest. I didn't say anything sexual related to her. I would admit, because I don't want to lie, I would admit that the conversation that I did engage with her were inappropriate, and I did make comments that I should not have made to her.
And you don't believe that it's not sexual in nature, what you were talking about when you talked about the other type of maybe sketchy massages? Don't you believe that they were sexual in nature?
I wasn't relating to anything sexual at that point. I really was not. When she said sketchy, I was just going along with her as, I would say, inappropriate. that I should not, entertain her part of the conversation. I do feel that.
Weren't they sexual in nature? Weren't the comments made by you about those sketchy massages sexual in nature? Aren't they sexual in nature because they're inappropriate?
It depends. Yes, sir. I mean, it all depends on how she could have, interpreted.
And you didn't. That comes to the next question. You didn't think how they were interpreted by her to be sexual?
What I feel that
when she said those sketchy, didn't you make that determination according to what you said that they were sexual in nature? Because you mentioned you like the other type of massages also, because you responded to her.
Oh, yes, sir. Okay, I see what you're saying. Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
They were sexual in nature, correct? What she was talking about.
What she was talking about.
And am I correct?
I entertained her.
Yeah, and then you entertained her with the comment, because you replied to her.
Yes, sir.
Yeah. Yes, and those were sexual in nature, am I correct?
That could have been sexual in nature, yes, sir. Yes, sir.
And we do agree that's inappropriate.
It's inappropriate, yes, sir.
Yeah.
Yes, sir.
According to you did not give her a written warning. It said you did not. She didn't receive any type of documents for speed, only a verbal warning. Did you give her a written warning?
No, sir. I know I didn't. And the reason why I did not do that, I work off duty over there, and I know that when I pull a lot of people over there, that's our main objective when we over there is to stop the speeders, slow down the speeders in that area. And if I noticed that when I first started, I was going through a lot of paper. So most of the time, if I'm giving them a warning, I just document it and give them a verbal warning. So I did not give her a paper at that time of the traffic stop.
You're aware that's incorrect. I mean, that you should not do that. If you document something on the traffic data report, that you're actually showing the Florida Highway Patrol that you're actually giving somebody some actual paper documentation. Do you realize that?
Even if it's
because if you're putting in a traffic data report, because it says it's an actual written warning, and if it's written, you're giving it to the violator, and that's something that needed to be done. If you're going to put it in the traffic data report, you actually got to hand the written, because it's written. It's given as a documentation for the violator to slow down.
Is that different? Like, so for a verbal warning,
if you're going to give somebody a verbal warning, then it shouldn't be documented.
Okay, so
that means if you want to on your own.
I'm aware. I'm aware. Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Verbal warnings, you give them just a verbal warning. Hey, slow it down. It's not documented. Then the warning is there. When I pull somebody over, if I'm giving a warning, I still just documented it in the thing. And the reason, like I said, the reason I didn't give her a paper is because I go through a lot of paper. But yes, sir, I'm aware. Yes, sir.
Inspector Fry, you had any?
Yeah. I want to clarify real quick. Do you mind if I ask you questions? It'll just be me asking questions, a few follow-up questions. We won't badger you back and forth. I just want to make sure.
Is that okay, Ms. PBA Rep?
Oh, yeah. Okay. During the conversation you had with Mrs., you hadn't presented her the warning yet or hadn't told her she was free to leave?
I can't recall that, to be honest with you. I think I did say because I gave her license back. And
you gave her the license back at the very beginning, but then you had this long conversation. During your interview here, you said you were entertaining her, and I'm just trying to understand, was she free to leave at that time?
She was free to leave, yes, sir. She was. she was, if I recall correctly, she was free to leave. And that's why, and if I may say, that's why she had got at that point the recording, I believe, because at that point I stopped her, the lady came behind me. I can't recall. A lady came behind me. I had to deal with her. She came behind me twice. She came one time for me in the beginning, and then a second time for whatever reason. And when I went back the second time, that's why I say the audio does not capture our full conversation. Go ahead. I thought you were saying something else.
I just want to make sure you have anything else on that one.
Oh, okay.
I'll move on. So your statement here today is that what started that's not captured is that you've stopped a violator. You found out she was a massage, or she gave massages, or massage therapist, whatever her title was, and you attempted to get a discount from a violator that you were giving a warning to, like you had stopped and were taking law enforcement action. Is that what your statement is?
Say it again.
You were attempting to get a discount or getting a personal benefit from a violator that you've stopped. That was your statement.
From a violator, yes, sir.
Okay. You told Inspector Trofo that when you refer to the other type of massage, it was, like you have a deep tissue massage, a normal massage. There's a bunch of different massages. Mm-hmm. That was the first time when he played the audio. Mm-hmm. As we listen to the audio more, you were talking about other types of massages and linked them to sketchy massages. Mm-hmm. At no point during any of that was it referring to different types of massages, right. Just other types. And never did you correct her, you just laughed about it.
Yes, sir.
So explain to me why someone listening to this would believe that that's just a deep tissue massage and not something sketchy, as she refers to, or you both refer to.
I will admit, someone listening to this, I listened to it myself, it does not look good. It does not sound good. I will admit to that. It's inappropriate. I do know that my intentions were not anything sexual at all. The comments that she was making is that I was entertaining her, and I should not have done that. And this is what I have learned from this, that not to do that. I was completed with my traffic stop at that point. I was making a traffic stop from down to a lighter situation, trying to, and at this point, I'm just going to have to say, at this point, I fell into her trap. She had recorded, and she thought me asking for a law enforcement special. At some point, she thought it was sexual related. At that point, I guess she started recording, and then me unaware, she's asking me questions. She's saying verbiage that relate to sexual, and I'm entertaining her, which is, again, as to answer your question, sir, inappropriate. And that's where she got me at, and I will admit, it is inappropriate. But that's not me. And in the video, you hear me clearly say that I go to Hand and Stone. I don't do those massages. I know it's illegal.
Okay, I got just two final questions real quick. The first question, at the end of your MVR, when you went back to your car, before you shut off the MVR, what was your reason for the extended traffic stop? Do you remember what you said on the MVR?
When I said,
when you got back after she's done, you're done communicating with her, you got back in your patrol car before you turned off your camera. Do you remember how you closed it out?
To be honest, sir, I'm really not understanding your question.
So before we shut off our MVR, we usually annotate something. I'm shutting it off because the traffic stop's over. Do you remember what you said on the MVR before you turned it off?
I don't think I said anything.
Okay.
Yeah, I don't remember, sir. I'm gonna be honest.
No, that's fair.
I don't remember.
So basically what you've heard here, all this stuff, do you understand listening to that audio recording, why, or do you understand why she thought everything was sexual based on what we've listened on the audio?
I understand why she thought everything was sexual with the, in the beginning when I said law enforcement special, it did not capture that.
I'm speaking specific to what we have on recording.
Specifically, I can think where she was thinking that, especially now listening to it now. I'm going to be honest, in the beginning, I didn't know.
You keep bringing up beginning. I'm talking about what she recorded.
What she recorded,
All I want to know is anybody that listens to that, do you agree that everybody that listens to it is probably going to think it's a sexual conversation, that you're asking for sexual favors or a sexual type of massage?
Yes, sir.
Okay. That's all.
Trooper Williams, is there anything that I have failed to ask you that you would like to add to the statement today?
You asked me everything, sir. And the only thing that I would say to add to it, the only thing that I would say is that in my defense, I know I keep saying in the beginning because I want to emphasize that it did not capture my whole conversation with her in the beginning, is that I was not looking for anything sexual whatsoever. I understand what she has and what it looks like, and I understand that the comments that I made were inappropriate and I should not have made those statements while on duty. But it was nothing sexual. I understand how she could have persuaded as sexual or took it as sexual. But at those statements, what she was saying, sketchy, and at that point, I was just at that point entertaining her, what she was saying. It was nothing sexual that I was actually looking for in any way.
Is there anything that I have failed to ask you that is pertinent to this investigation that should be brought out?
No, sir.
Upon request, you will be provided a copy of your statement at no cost to you. Upon conclusion of this investigation, you shall be notified in writing of the disposition of this case. You are instructed not to discuss this case or disclose your statements to anyone other than designated department authority until this case is closed. This is the end of the interview, and the time now. Yes, go ahead.
No, I just
no problem. Go ahead.
I'll say this before you end. To help me, I would say I understand now what she why I came here, because I did not know that what she had it. I can't say enough that I was not looking for anything sexual. I was just entertaining her, but I think it's because the mere nature of her occupation that she took it as I was looking for something sexual. What if it was like a, I don't know, mechanic, and I said law enforcement discounts? Would it felt the need to record that because I'm asking for a law enforcement discount? I'm just bringing it up because that's what brought this whole thing about. I was not looking for anything sexual. I think it's the mere nature of her, what she does, and what she does, that she thought that I was looking for something sexual when she felt the need that she should record it. I felt that she did trap me to pick up the video and get that audio in and ask me questions that I should not entertain with her.
Is that it?
Yes, sir.
Okay. This is the end of the interview, and the time now is 11:40 a.m.
Don't worry about it if you don't got him.
It's just taking a while.
Here's your pretty license back.
Thanks.
Isn't that pretty?
I guess. Yeah, you're right. Oh, got it. There you go.
Perfect. So when can I come and get a massage?
Are you talking about at the spa?
Huh?
Are you talking about at the spa?
Do I have to come to the spa? Why?
Because that's where I work.
Oh, you could have gave me another massage.
Are you trying to set me up?
No, actually I'm not.
Oh. I'm more comfortable working at the spa.
No, I'm not. Well, no, I'm not trying to set you up, actually. I mean,
So.
I know you get nervous, but I mean, no.
No, I'm good. I'm not one of those.
Huh?
I'm not one of those.
You're not what?
I don't know. Are you like insinuating you want something else? I don't do that. Sorry.
Huh?
I don't do that.
I'm not saying that you do that.
Okay, so what are you asking?
Huh?
What are you asking?
Which one you work at?
The one over here, it's called Essentials.
Mm-hmm.
Deluxe Day Spa or something.
Oh. I do enjoy the other ones.
Oh. Yeah, they probably do that like down there, don't they?
Huh?
Don't they do that like in South Tampa somewhere?
Where? I'm gonna go to South Tampa then.
That's what I've heard.
I want that one.
Yeah, well, the sketchy ones, I think you could point them out.
Police officers need the sketchy ones too?
Yeah, I'm pretty sure.
Nah, I'm just kidding. Just kidding. How long you been doing it though?
Almost 3 years.
3 years? See, but if I go to yours now, you're not gonna be wanting to massage me.
I mean, if you want a normal one.
But I think you're pretty though. I mean, I can.
Oh, thank you. But that doesn't mean I'm gonna just do stuff.
I have some before.
Had regular ones?
Huh?
You're talking about regular?
I mean, I don't know if I should be saying that. I mean, I had both.
Oh yeah, you're like I don't know what to say.
Say what?
That seems to be normal for some guys, so I'm not surprised.
Yeah, I mean, which ones you done?
The normal ones?
Both.
Professional.
Professional?
Yes.
That's what you said, but professional?
Strictly.
Strictly professional?
Yes.
No, I'm just giving you a hard time. No, I only go to the professional one.
Okay.
The only one I go to is the, have you heard of the Hand and Stone?
That one? There's one right there.
Well, yeah.
I mean, I've been there for an interview, but I haven't got a massage from there.
Those are the ones I go to.
Oh.
But they trying to crack down.
What do you mean?
On the other ones.
Oh, the sketchy ones? Good.
Huh?
I said good.
But they'll never crack down on those.
Why is that?
Huh?
Why?
Because it's difficult. It's hard.
Like, you need proof or what?
Huh?
They need proof or something? What do you mean?
Yeah, you can't. I mean, you go in there, they get a massage, and after that, how you gonna prove it?
You guys can't, like, record it or something?
Who can record it?
I don't know.
Exactly.
Well, can't they just say that they had it done? Or maybe they don't want to.
I wouldn't say anything. I mean, who would, you know?
Yeah.
See what I'm saying?
Yeah. Yeah. Because those buildings are still around, so.
Huh?
I said I see those buildings are still around, so.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. It is all. It's all good. Any questions?
No, no.
No?
So what'd you guys think? Pretty crazy, huh? I'm just trying to read this. Huh. Man. Pretty gross guy, right? Disgusting. Anyway, guys. Do you guys enjoy these here? What way? How's everybody doing? I think that's all I'm gonna do tonight, guys. That just ended. Whew. That was a nice end. Hopefully, we'll see. What is today's Tuesday? So yeah, sometime this week, definitely I'll be doing another live. Go check out my video I just uploaded though on the NK ping. I just uploaded it right before I went live. Oh, thanks. Hope you liked it, Don. Thanks for coming. Hey, Scout. Thanks, mods. You guys are awesome. Thank you. Bye, everybody. Have a good night.